Well, it's Pride Day. Yes, happy Pride Day, or as I prefer to refer to it as the Stonewall Memorial Day or Stonewall March. And, we reflect on that event so long ago, and I remember it. I mean, I remember 1969, I was 12 years old, and I remember reading about it in the Daily News. There was a small article, I think it was on page 7 or 8. It's tucked back there a little bit. And it was a small article, but there was a photo with the article. You couldn't really see anything in the photo. It was a night scene, so it was very dark, but you could like see smoke and some lights, and that's really all you could see. But I remember reading the article and feeling a sense of connection with a larger world at a time, I was 12 years old. It was 1969. I lived in a working class community on Long Island. And yeah, I was full of, self-loathing. And it was something in it that made me feel happy and also afraid. And Yeah, I always remember it every year when we come to this. I remember the first Pride March I ever went to, which was in 19 that I actually ever marched in, I should say, because I went to one in 81. I went to the first one I ever went to was 81, but I stayed on the watching. But in 83, when I went with my friend Jeff and Lou and her girlfriend, uh, we. We went down there in 83. That was the first year I marched. And then many years through the 80s and 90s. Yeah. And we're still marching. Yeah. We've come a long way, but we have a long way to go. Just got to stay united, stay focused, remember who we are, stay true to who we are. It's about life, yes. It's about living, being free, and just being in gratitude for this amazing thing that we have, this earth, this life that we share. And it's one thing that the GLBTQ community always really speaks to me about is the fact that we are one world. Because in every culture, in every ethnic group, in every division that we may make among ourselves, there are LGBTQ people. We're there. We're everywhere, and we always have been. And so we speak, in a sense, to the unity of us all. And it's really only in that recognition, the full recognition that we are all part of this family of humanity, and that we're part of this creation and this earth. Uh, at this time, especially with the technology we have and the, the reality of climate change, uh, which is not going away. uh, just because it gets buried in the news cycle doesn't mean it's gone away, right? So more than ever, we need to recognize our unity, the fact that we are very much united uh, in our very essence, but also just in our interdependence as people who live and share a planet, share it with one another and with all the other uh, creatures that live upon this earth, this wonderful, wonderful earth. Yes. Yes. That's why I say it's always about life. It really is. You know, and it's a time and a day and an age where the technology is such. Then we need to we need to remember. We need to remember that it's a time where cool heads need to prevail, wisdom and slow hand uh, in regards to everything, really. Wow. I can hear the church bell in the distance and a roaring engine over towards that way. So many sounds. Well, I hope you had a good weekend, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Please hit the like button And if you haven't already, subscribe, please.